Botswana recently had their elections, and of course, y'all know, yours truly, Papa Bush, had a prophecy. Pegged. It was ready. Kaka. Me, I know go suffer. I know go beg for bread. Why? You see, the reason why they say these prophecies is because the prophecies validate them to come back and give you a false prophecy so that they can mislead you to give them money. It's all about that. At the end of the day, they're going to give you something that sounds like a prophecy. If anything within the ballpark even happens, you feel obligated to give them something, and then the cycle keeps going. That's the reason why they keep saying these things. Prophecy of Bushiri and all these things. There is one particular prophet. I could remember one particular prophecy. Unfortunately, I lost the research for it. I was going to show you. He made this prophecy in 2014, and he made this big deal about one particular minister that had come to his church service, and he was visiting South Africa back then. And he made a big deal out of this entire prophecy. And I can tell you now, that prophecy did not come to pass. I remember researching it in 2019. He said this guy in 5 years was going to be blah, 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 blah. I searched for that guy. And in 5 years that he had said, that guy was still not known as he claimed. But they say these things so that you can buy into it because you like things. Strict Reality Show, the daily Christian commentary videos. If it's the first time over here to be sure, check out the other videos that are down in the pinned comments, and I'm going to check you out over there. So, Papa Bush's prophecy. This is why. You'll remember, not long ago, he had an issue when a girl came out. She said this from Botswana. Remember that? Now, he used a certain situation to validate himself. I'll play it for you so that you can remember. Then we'll go to the prophecy. You'll see the Botswana flag flying around there.
I never speak out to my enemies, but I want to address this one. The former DIS of Botswana, he was fighting me. I did nothing.
No, they banned your church.
I did it. The DIS of Botswana, former DIS. I never did anything against him. He woke up in the morning, he began to fight me. He doesn't know me. I sent a message to him through another politician who came to see me in Pretoria. I said, go and tell him that as a prophet of God, I have put him in a slippery place. As I'm talking now, he's in big trouble in Botswana.
So, you see, this is why they say this prophecy, so that it can authenticate that if they say the opposite about you, something will happen. Oh God, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. So if you listen to the prophecy, that's why they tell you that, so that when they say, you see, I once said about someone, you'll be afraid. This was the prophecy he gave.
In Botswana, I saw elections taking place. And I saw that God will give the ruling party to have more advantage. But the problem is that they will have issues to do with electorate.
Okay, now he start talking about them being in parliament or what, they'll have problems, they have to insert something to make it sound realistic, have to put a bit of dramanyana, some little bit of sauce. How many false prophecies does it take for your eyes to open? Unless you've told yourself he's real. Because you see, the false prophecies, this was not long ago. No, he said the ruling party was going to win. And it's very clear that the ruling party did not win. The ruling party lost the election. Okay? Because if you check the headlines, it is very clear this is completely contrary to what he said. Okay? Botswana's president concedes defeat in election. How many false prophecies does it take for people to wake up? The only reason that they will not wake up or they choose not to wake up, okay, of course, yes, we understand some of these Charlies, They use juju on people and all that kind of stuff. We get it. Okay, there might be a bit of juju, but in those people's hearts, you see, the juju doesn't just work by itself. The juju works because in your heart, you want that he must be right. And because you've said that to yourself, this is why even no matter what he does, no matter what happens, you will still look for anything to validate him. Clear. There's nothing more clear than you could put than that. What would it take for people to wake up? What would it take for people to realize that, you know what, here I'm treading on thin ice? The other time he said that he could make a car walk, drive without an engine. Does that even make sense? Now, only the people that they don't like logic. God gave us logic for a reason. God gave us gravity for a reason. Okay? Even Jesus did not do things that... there are certain things that he didn't do because it's not necessary. You could just get an engine and drive. Why do you need to drive now without an engine? Why do you need that? And then his spiritual father said, no, he traveled overseas without a passport. He teleported. He left here. He was in London. It doesn't work like that. These particular things, clear physics, simple physics. You don't have to break it. Just be on time and go on time. Do you think they will ever do anything that will actually try to prove these things? Like I said, the reason why they claim to be prophesying is because it gives them an edge to be able to tell you there's someone that went against me and this is what happened to them. The motive is to control so that you can influence. That's the motive. And so the question that I would ask, not Papa Bush, you who wants to affirm that, how many false prophecies does it take? How many of these type of things? The 2020 thing. He said, no, this is a year where it's going to be a great year. It was not a great year. People were locked inside. He couldn't have said words of prophecy. How many false prophecies does it take for you to wake up? How much evidence is enough evidence? Even the court has enough evidence. They'll take certain evidence and say, no, now it's enough. Now we can jail this one properly now. Now we are jailing you now. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes in order for someone to be put in. So, question is no longer to Papa Bush. The question is now to the follower. The one who wants to affirm these things that he teaches. How many will it take? Because now it is no longer about what you, about the true nature of his gift. No, it's no longer about that. It is now on the basis that you want it to be real. No, it can't be. The Botswana prophecy failed. This is not last year. This is now, this week. How many would it take for you to wake up?